Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, and we're back with another Mobile Legends top 5 video. And this time around, we're going to be doing the 5 worst heroes in the meta right now. So it's 2020, it's April, and we have a new list of worst heroes. So we've been seeing a lot of tweaks to the Mobile Legends meta. If you don't know already, the game moves fast. There's so many updates, there's so many changes to heroes, and the meta is ever changing. So it's very, very hard to keep up, and that's why we do so many top 5s and stuff, so people can stay in the loop if you're not spending all of your time really studying stuff like this. So we're going to be talking about the 5 worst heroes that I feel are the worst right now. If you feel that there are some heroes that's worse than these heroes, be sure to write those down below in the comment section. Write which heroes you think are in the worst state right now and could use some type of update or buff. That way they can be used a lot more frequently in more situations. So yeah, without further ado, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new for more Mobile Legends content. And yeah, let's just jump straight into it, man. So starting out, like, number 1 on this list, if you're talking about the worst heroes in Mobile Legends, I feel like Ballman just has to be there. Ballman has to be on this top 5 worst heroes list, and he has to be number 1 on this list because of how terrible of a hero he is right now. Honestly, there's really no benefit to using Ballman. I know that people troll with Ballman and use Ballman and get wins using Ballman just because they're just better players than the people that they're going against, but in reality, Ballman doesn't really bring much value to a team, and I think that that's not how he should be. I think that he should have some type of value, some type of scenario where you want to go for that Ballman pick. Every hero in Mobile Legends need that it factor that makes you think that, oh, this team is doing this, let me grab that hero. And I don't think Ballman has that. Like, if the enemy has a bunch of crowd control, what are you going to say? Oh, let me go get a Grok, or let me get a Diggy to counter that. Like, that's the type of thought process you're supposed to have with a hero. Now, under what scenario are you going to grab a Ballman? The enemy is trolling with all freaking mages, let's go Ballman. And even still, that wouldn't work out too well for you. But yeah, I mean, there's just no scenario. I can't actually think of a scenario where Ballman would be the pick that I would want ever. So yeah, I feel like Ballman needs some type of tweaks. I don't even know what he needs though. Let me know in the comment section down below, what does Ballman even need to make him good? But yeah, that's just my first hero on this list, man. I had to throw Ballman on there. I don't even know how he could be made good. Does he just need an overall rework? Is his kit just buns? I think that he's pretty fun to use though, but it's just like he's not valuable. Does he need to do more damage? Like, what does he need to be a good valuable pick? Because we see picks like Dyrith. Dyrith is not on this list for once, but Dyrith is very, very powerful, but even he like barely fits. He barely fits in the meta right now, and it's only because he can work with a comp like Diggy comboed with him. Same reason Alucard for once is not on this list. Like, you can combo these guys with Diggy and probably do something, have a really, really good game. With Ballman, it's like you combo him with somebody and still he's going to be bringing whoever you combo with him down. Like, so yeah, Ballman, had to throw him on this list. Next, we have Layla. Now, as you all know, Layla is my favorite hero in Mobile Legends. Layla is literally one of my most used heroes, and up until recently, Layla was my most used hero of all time in Mobile Legends. So I hate to put Layla on this list, but Layla is in a really bad place. Now, I troll a lot, so you all see me playing Layla all the time, and you see me destroying, getting crazy amounts of kills and stuff like that with Layla, but that's not because Layla is a good pick. It's really because in North America, we get matched up against terrible people, so a Layla pick can work in a lot of scenarios. But if you have a Layla on your team and the enemy team has pretty much any other marksman, well, almost any other marksman, I mean, Layla is going to get shredded. A good team is just not going to allow Layla to get fed because Layla is super, super, super late game, and the meta right now is super, super, super early game, fast paced and stuff like that. So yeah, Layla is just, I don't know, Layla needs to be made to farm a little quicker. I honestly don't think that Layla is terrible. Maybe some type of immunity to crowd control would help, but then again, what would make Hanabi special then if you give Layla immunity too? Unless you give Layla immunity in a different way. Like, it's yeah, like give Layla immunity in a different way or something, and then allow Layla to get fed a little bit faster somehow. So maybe she does a little bit more damage, but if Layla does a little bit more damage, you gotta think, well, not even a little bit more damage overall, but a little bit more damage earlier. I think that would be a good fix for Layla, a little bit more damage earlier, because late game Layla is perfectly fine if she gets a lot of farm, but just the early game, she's so weak early game, and that allows her to not be able to make it to late games in so many different situations. So give her a little bit of crowd control immunity, give her some early game presence, and I think Layla would be a viable pick. But next we have Sun. Sun is just Sun. Like, I really don't even know what to say about Sun. Sun has made this list because he has been consistently one of the most terrible heroes in Mobile Legends since the game has released, like, what, almost 4 years ago now. So yeah, Sun, they just need to tweak him. And what's weird is because games like Arena of Valor actually, this, like, Wukong or Sun, like basically the same hero if you don't know, he's super strong in that game. Like, he is decent in that game. Not super strong, but he's decent in that game. But in this game, like, Mobile Legends has really just messed up Wukong. Like, so Sun is like, Sun, I don't even know what he needs. I think that, honestly, I think that when his old form was a lot better than this new form that they have for him. When he had them 4 different doppelgangers and you could just beat the heck out of somebody, that was really, really good. Like, and then they were a little bit stronger. I feel like if you give him and his doppelgangers a little bit more strength, or like the ability to like go invisible or something, like, well, actually that's like from Arena of Valor, I'm pretty sure. So not that would be the same thing. That would be like a straight copy, even though Mobile Legends is no stranger to straight copying. Yeah, let's not do that. But give him a little bit more power or something, and then some type of immunity. Like when he hits his ultimate, give him immunity to crowd control, or make it so you yeah, I don't know, I don't really know. Well, like, what do you all think? What's some good solutions to making Sun a little bit better in this meta, man? Definitely want to know what you all think about the Sun pick right now. Next we have Yi Sun Shin. Now Yi Sun Shin is alongside Layla as being one of the weakest marksmen in the game. Now he has a nice global ultimate. You can hit that ultimate, maybe sometimes secure some kills here and there, but at the same time, and then you also reveal the location of some of the heroes, so that's pretty valuable, I guess, to a team. But also trying to use Yi Sun Shin against pretty much any other marksman in the game right now, including Layla, Yi Sun Shin is just going to struggle. His range is very, very short, and I mean, he does a lot of damage if you get too close to him, but then again, like, getting close to any other marksman is going to be super hard. So like in a 1v1 against any other marksman, he would lose. But luckily this is a team game. But at the same time, trying to use him on the back line to take out tanks and take out the other team and stuff like that, is still kind of hard to make use of him and get really, really good value. So I honestly don't even know what could happen to Yi Sun Shin to even make him very valuable in this meta. Because let's say he did a ton, like, honestly, you would have to make him overpowered to the point where he just does a ton of damage. Like, honestly, I think Yi Sun Shin is one of those heroes that need to be reworked, because if you just gave him a bunch of power, yeah, people would use him because he's overpowered, but not necessarily because his kit is good and it feels good and stuff like that. Like, his kit really doesn't feel the best to me. It feels like he could be a little bit better, and I don't know what that means. Like what can be done to make him a little bit better? Let me know in the comment section down below, because yeah, Yi Sun Shin, I feel, definitely needs some work. I don't know if he needs a complete rework. I would probably say a complete rework, because I don't like the feeling of his skills. But to be fair, I also didn't like the feeling of the new Bruno compared to the old Bruno. And actually, I love playing Bruno now. So maybe I'm just not a fan of his skill set. But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Last but not least, we have Hilda. Now, Hilda has made this list because out of all the tanks and fighters, and yeah, like, Hilda is just honestly the worst in my opinion. Well, outside of Ballman, but yeah, Hilda is just not in a good spot, because really all she can do is just stand in a bush. Hilda is a freaking worse Masha. Hilda is a very much worse Masha. She's limited to standing at a bush and just stand in a bush to get some heals and shield and health and stuff like that. And I don't think she really brings much value to a team fight. After she take a few hits, you would have to position and keep all the fights in the bush. Maybe, honestly, maybe if the bushes made her a little bit more tanky, because honestly, even when Hilda jumps in a bush, for me, I don't find it hard to kill her. So maybe, like, I actually like the concept of a hero standing in a bush and it just makes them super strong. So I'm not mad at her design in that way. I think that design is actually pretty cool. So maybe make her a little bit tankier when she's standing in bushes, and that would force teams to have a whole new strategy in Mobile Legends where you literally take fights inside of bushes, not just around bushes, but inside of bushes, because that's where your tank is strongest. So I think we would be seeing some interesting fights in some interesting locations if they made her like almost unstoppable, unkillable in a bush, like where it, like, make her Uranus plus Masha type of unstoppable if she's standing in a bush. Then I think that we would see her picked a little bit more, and I think that, because it's still not going to be easy, because then your team as a whole would have to take smart fights. They would have to take fights around bushes and not just go jump in at crazy points in time. But what would be overpowered about a buff like that, making her super tanky inside of a bush, is that she would be a god at stealing red buff. Basically, early game, you use Masha, run into the bush right next to their red buff or purple buff, and what the heck are the enemies going to do if she's that freaking tanky? So, I mean, that's something that you have to think about. Getting that type of balance right, I think, would be tricky, but at the same time, I think that would make her valuable. We would see her being picked a lot more, and I would honestly like to see a meta where there's a whole team comp revolved around going bush to bush and taking bush fights. So I think that would be pretty cool, pretty interesting. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. That is all we have for this video. If you're new and enjoy this type of content where we talk about different heroes and talk about the strengths, weaknesses, and how to improve them, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, fam. Peace out, yo.
I don't know nobody, so don't ask for no favors. Don't ask for no paper, they leave when you losing, but they coming back later. Promise they coming back later. I'm up now, she wanna